Picture is directed by James Hawes. It stars Rami Malek, playing Mr. Robot, disguising himself as a different person. And that character's name is Heller. But I'm gonna be honest, Rami Malek is basically Mr. Robot in every movie I've ever seen him in. And in this movie, Rami Malek's profession is, brace yourself, a CIA computer analyst. I don't actually know what his title is, but he does cool shit on the computer. He hacks and talks to spies and stuff. Seems incredibly out of left field for Rami Malek to play, but here we are. Early on in the movie, tragedy is going to strike, and it's going to hit close to home for our buddy Heller, which is going to force him to take matters into his own feeble, pathetically weak hands. These are the hands of a man who types all day. They've never thrown a punch, they've never used a gun, they have certainly not been used to go out into the field on a crazy vigilante run. But that's exactly where he's at in life. Basically, this movie would be if Q from James Bond had a spin-off film where he went out and did the James Bond stuff. That's what this movie is. This is one of those movies that has a lot of slick stuff going on. The presentation's very solid. You have a bunch of cool interfaces on computers that you never actually see in the real world. But if you really thought about things for even half a second, it would not add up. But it's okay. The ride is at least interesting enough. It's exciting at times. But the most far-fetched thing in this whole film is that he somehow has a wife. And not just any wife. He got Rachel Brosnahan. This woman is charismatic. She's lovely, she's funny, she's intelligent. What the hell is Malek's character bringing to the table? Or this relationship? It's truly impossible to understand because Heller has no personality and his chemistry with his wife is non-existent. If you've seen the trailers, you might spot John Bernthal there. And what you see in the trailers is about as much screen time as he's gonna have in the final product. The dude is barely present. Thankfully, Laurence Fishburne is there to pick up the slack. Our Morpheus is back. He gets to do some training again. He even gets a cool little fight scene. Listen, I love my fish. I gotta have fish, and it's great to see him again. And might I just add, he's gonna be chasing after Rami Malek for a while in this movie. This dude doesn't look like he's in shape. In fact, he looks the opposite of that, like a kind of a heavy-set, schlubby-looking dude who for some reason is an expert in the CIA. But let me tell you, the dude can fucking run. There are multiple scenes where Heller is like sprinting his heart out, weaving in between people, ducking and dodging, going across traffic, in and out of different nightclubs. And then not 2 seconds later, Fish shows up again. Thought you could get away, huh? Yeah, everybody thought he could get away from you, dude. What? How did you catch up? It makes no sense. Now, I believe I mentioned the runtime for this is 2 hours. And that, my friends, is going to be the biggest criticism I throw at this film. The pacing is poor. Had they cut off 15 or 20 minutes, we would be cooking a lot quicker. There's just a lot of unnecessary downtime where people kind of have these monologues that don't need to exist. On the positive end again, this felt like a throwback to the good old-fashioned 90s thrillers. Your Pelican Briefs, your The Firms, The Fugitive, without being near as good as The Fugitive. It's more like U.S. Marshals. Nothing you really ever want to revisit, but you had a decent time while you were there. You spend a few hours with Rami Malek as he MacGyvers himself a couple of ways to kill bad guys. Not too shabby. From a production standpoint, it's fine. It looks good, night shots work, they don't have that ugly grain. The action flows really well. The visuals aren't doing anything above and beyond what they have to. I don't think you need to run out and go watch it, but this was the perfect example of a film you would see on your couch on a Sunday afternoon. Maybe it's raining outside, you're bored, and oh, you're flipping through the channels and this comes on. Sure, I'll sit down and watch it for a few hours, not too bad. What's on after this? Passenger 57? Hell yeah, I'm in. And now we really hit the crescendo of this review, where I ask you if you wouldn't mind hitting